should fix it. Yeah, that seemed to do the trick. That seemed to do the trick. Okay. Yep. Alright, we appear to be live.
Supposedly is the microphone.
Yeah, it says it is.
Yep, we're good.
Okay. Alright. Hello, everybody. We got people flowing in so far, Lark.
Yep.
Yeah, boy. Sort of like to hear. Alright, well, let's not waste any time then. Let's get right into it. I won't lie to you guys. I'm a little tired today. It has been a long week of substitute teaching. And even though it's a long weekend, I still do work Sunday. So I'm probably going to be doing some resting. So this might not be a super long stream, but we're still going to have fun, right? That's right. We're still going to have a good time. So let's see. I'm feeling like going Valkyrie. Let's go Valkyrie for this match. I'm feeling a little bit Valkyrie today. Yeah, alright. So I hope y'all have been having a good week. Hope you're excited for a long Labor Day weekend for all of you folks in the US of A who practice that holiday.
Oh, Sam says congrats on the 25K.
Yes, thank you. 25.1K. It is a dream come true, guys. A quarter of the way to 100,000. If I hit 100,000, YouTube sends me a lovely silver plaque. And I'm like, yeah.
In your case, it's literally just a silver outline of plaque you find in your mouth. This is what we think of you. You're demonetized again. Bonk.
The way YouTube's been treating me, I almost think they don't want me to reach that. Like, no, stop it.
Hey, Raven, what hero do you have the most fun playing as?
Oh, gosh, what a good question. Who do I have the most fun playing as? Oh, how do I even start? I really do think I have the most fun playing either Nobushi or, maybe Warmonger? No. Right now it's Magi because I've been playing him so much and he's just so entertaining. But, yeah, it's probably Nobushi, Nuxia, or, Warden. Oh, you're gonna do that? Alright, I was gonna let y'all have at it, but alright. Yeah, you should have left me alone, fat boy. You should.
Hey, Raven and Lark, how you two doing? The last few weeks have sucked me out. We're sorry to hear that history, guy. I hope it gets better. But we've been doing pretty good.
Dang it! Oh well, we got him low health. Get him, Zerk! Get him, Zerk! Ah, dang it. Even if Zerk wins, Goki just showed up. This is going to be a hard one.
Dylan says, hey Raven, just wanted to say thanks for your writing room series. It really helped me start writing my story, and happy Labor Day. I hope you enjoy the weekend. You've earned it.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. I'm so glad that my writing room series is actually getting more attention. That means a lot to me. It's one of my passions, writing, so I really want to see that take off.
Could you spare a cup of stamina? No. Ooh, dang.
I do not suffer fools!
Alright. Hey Raven Lark, just curious, when do you think your next Assassin's Creed video will be? I'm excited.
No, okay, so here's the story behind that. Lark and I were taking turns doing the Assassin's Creed videos. Basically what we were doing is I would play a game, then Lark would play a game, then I would play a game, then Lark would play a game. We kind of had this system going. Hold on, let me deal with this. Oh, good parry. I got a little ambitious.
to put like another like 15-minute stare down there? Just neither of you moving? I ain't moving. No, you moving. No, I ain't moving.
Good kill.
Anyway, you were saying.
Anyway, so we were taking turns playing the different games and making the videos. It was my turn to play Syndicate because Lark had done Unity. And I'll be real honest, guys, this is kind of a spoiler alert. I do not like Syndicate. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's my least favorite Assassin's Creed game. I really didn't enjoy playing it. It's one that I look back on with a lot of revulsion. There's a lot I don't like about it. Lark and I made a deal. He would play Syndicate for me, but I had to edit the video. And I said that seems a fair deal. What killed me? What the hell? What killed me? Oh, she threw her javelin. that's what we call edgy.
That'll do it.
But anyway, so Lark is playing Syndicate, but even he is having to take breaks to go. It's hard to get through, guys.
It's like, it's not even like, wow, this is so bad, it's kind of funny. It's just like, it's boring.
Fine, I'll do it too.
I enjoy having one of my main characters get tossed down to by an effing child. Oh, I got it.
Hannah's here.
Yes. Hey Raven, I was wondering, are you going to stream the new season reveal on the 13th? And I want to know about your opinion about the idea of a horror relic connected to the monster.
First of all, of course I'm going to stream the new season reveal. I always do. So I'm looking forward to that. Secondly, my thoughts on a horror relic connected to the mire. Maul actually asked me about this in a previous question on Discord. And I told him my thoughts. My thought is that they're going to tie it into some kind of yokai or oni. And the new theme theme is going to be very tied into like undead stuff. Because I'm thinking right now that the direction they're going to go is they're going to tie in some kind of relic that revives the dead. And we're going to see that play out in the mire. But then in the 4th season, that relic that revives the dead is going to be either countered or explained by an Aztec myth, which is going to bring in an Aztec jaguar. That is my assumption. And he's done.
Oh, and hey Raven, have you seen the Rings of Power episode 1 yet?
No. And I will not.
Oh, and Hannah says Dragon Girl now.
Yay!
But, yeah, no. Once we heard that Ring of Power, Amazon said, hey, the future of our streaming services rests on Ring of Power, since we dropped like $1 billion into it, I think I said, yeah, I'm not watching it just to spite you. Hey, Raven, I remember in an execution created that medieval battlefields had battlefield medics. I was wondering if you could elaborate on that, if not today, maybe in a video?
Sure, and I'll do a video on it. I think it's a good idea to do videos on this because I was surprised so few people realize this. I thought it would be more commonly accepted, but apparently it's not, and I blame this on Hollywood more than anything. Okay, so not in every medieval battle. I did a little bit of research on this because I used to think the same thing. There's this misconception. No, this is a real misconception that people have, so I don't blame you. I had this too. That a paper cut in the medieval world spelled death because infection. It really isn't the injury itself, it's the infection. So even getting a slight cut, you're dead. You're dead. There's no way to heal it. In fact, the best thing that they'd probably do for you is say, we could maybe put some loose paper, maybe a few leaves over it. We're all stupid. We don't know what to do. That's the mentality. That people in the medieval ages were stupid. They had no medical knowledge until the Renaissance, and therefore everything is just bad. Like they'll say, oh, the medieval world, they practice using leeches. You realize they did that in the Renaissance too.
We actually still use it today. Not for the same purpose, mind you. We still do.
I'm sensing some anger here.
There seems to be a little bit of tension in the room.
Oh, damn. How come I didn't guard break him? Oh, well.
With the gun, it's the only weapon that Shugoki truly has.
Indeed.
He is the heavy boy.
But anyway, back to what I was saying. Okay, so here's the truth. While medical knowledge during the medieval age was not great, okay, it wasn't like a bunch of idiots poking holes in people going, I wonder what this is. They had basic knowledge of how to do first aid, like patching up wounds and injuries and the like. And while infection could be difficult to treat, it wasn't always what happened. I mean, guys, you are aware that you have gotten paper cuts before that didn't get infected, right? You have gotten injuries before that didn't get infected, right? You are aware that that is a thing. Didn't need to, just needed to hold her still. Alright, anyway. Yeah, Valkyrie for the win, boys. Flex! Oh, yeah! Push She-Hulk aside. That's a real muscle mama! Yeah! That's how it is.
I wish through, like, the cameraman would do, like, the spirit go through the camera and the cameraman would fall out.
Anyway, okay, so, sorry about that distraction there, back to it. So now, the medical field of medieval Europe at the time, we'll focus on other places another day, but in medieval Europe, you had medical principles. They understood how to stitch up wounds. They understood basic battle dressings. They even had the basic understanding of treating some wounds using alcohol. There were ways in which they could do this. Now, it wasn't a common practice. And they also did have practices such as leeching. They did use leeches, usually because they thought that by using the leech, you could clean out bad blood.
Another thing you said is bloodletting did not go away in the medieval period.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It came
into the scientific revolution. There were whole debates over which side of the body you should properly drain blood from.
Yes. So people like to say, oh, the medieval age was just a superstitious age where they prayed to God to cure everything. They did pray to God, but they didn't just trust in that to do everything, okay? They protected medical knowledge since back to the Roman and Greek times, okay? There's this misconception that Rome and Greece, all these great ages of knowledge and learning and understanding, and then all of a sudden the medieval age happens and we just forget all of that, but then somehow get it back in the Renaissance. No, the truth was the medieval age didn't have time to expand on their understanding of these things because they're too busy trying to stay alive, okay? The Renaissance was the time where things were settling down enough that they could say, okay, let's expand our knowledge. But the idea that, oh, they were just a bunch of religious bigots, no. Because you get this, in the Renaissance, the church still had a lot of sway. And a lot of people were devout Christian, okay? So let's not act like, oh, the medieval age was just this religious backwards period. Like, no. There's a lot more nuance to it than that, and I wish people understood that. But anyway, I'm ranting now. I'm sorry. Let me get back to the point. Okay.
Save that for breaching.
Yeah, let me get back to my point. Okay, so for medieval battle dressing, were medieval medics always present on the field of battle? No, they were not. Depends on the battle, depends on the length of the war, and it depends on the circumstances. In a siege warfare, in like a siege where you're trying to get into another castle or fortification, you would almost definitely have field medics. The reason why? Because you're going to be there for a very long time. People are going to get fatigued. People are going to get dehydrated. People are going to be malnourished. People are going to get sick. People are going to get injured. And you need as many men fighting as possible. You don't have time to say, oh, too many men died or got sick. Let's go home, boys. Nope. You need to keep men fighting as long as possible. So you would bring medics to the battlefield. If you can get a person to a medic quick enough, you might be able to save their life or maybe even get them back into the battlefield quickly, right? But in a very short skirmish where it's just going to be two armies running into each other, odds are good you're not going to need a medic in that circumstance because it's just a quickie. It's a quick fight. You're not going to probably need a medic that badly. It's probably just going to be a quick, okay, several people died, let's surrender and move on. You know, it really does depend on the circumstance. But I get so many comments like this. Oh, a small cut is all you need. You know, infection, they're going to die to infection. I hate that so much. It makes the medieval world sound like backwards morons who couldn't figure out that a paper cut and a deep legion are two different things. And besides, to all those people who say a paper cut could kill you, the next time, I tell you this, next time you get a slight paper cut, or you pop a zit and it bleeds, please, run get the antiseptic. Grab your closest alcohol or something to stop from getting infected because you know that that's going to get cankerous and pussy and awful and soon you're going to die from it, right? Please do not forsake yourself the alcohol or the little rubs on your face. Please don't, because otherwise you will be labeled a hypocrite and I will have no choice but to laugh at you.
Now, keep in mind, like, we have records, like one of my favorite things, like this is still after the Middle Ages, it's in 1560, but there's a whole trial about a guy named Marcel in France. And this guy pretends to be another guy who is just, and he says like, oh listen, I was only gone because I was off fighting in the war, and then I came back to retake my life. And while he's on trial to prove that he is who he says he is, the real guy actually shows up with a missing leg. Now the thing is, if one cut could was automatically going to kill you, how did he survive an amputation?
Yeah, amputations could happen. The loss of eyes could happen. Like, one person tried to tell me, no joke. One person tried to tell me that when I was grading Warden's execution where he jabs a dude through the eye, and I said he might live through that, they're like, dude, he got jabbed in the eye, he's dead. Have you heard of a guy named Hannibal Barca?
You lost Zone A.
Lost his eye due to severe infection of the head. Due to severe eye infection during the campaign, he lost his eye. He still lived to talk about it.
Yeah, it depends on how far. Like if you pop the eye, you're not gonna live. Like, plus, you could live. If you go past it and crack through the eye socket, then he's dead. It depends on how far we're going.
You captured Zone A.
But, question for you here. Let's see. Here, what's the next class for your execution trade after Vanguard?
And I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking either assassins or heavies. I'm going to save hybrids for last.
Alright. Let's see. There's several questions that popped up. People knew the world wasn't flat back in the age of antiquity, did they not?
Most figured it out. Lots of people think that it was Christopher Columbus who figured it out. No, really, a lot of people assumed it. Like, most people could tell through scientific observation that the world was not flat.
The Greeks were able to figure it out.
The Greeks figured it out, actually,
they
yeah.
Went to Egypt, and literally what they could do is they could take obelisks, and they would measure the length of the shadow at different times of the day, and using that they could calculate, okay, the Earth is clearly at a curve here. They could do that. So most educated people at the time, even in antiquity, knew the world was round. Oh, they're asking if you're going to do anything more with She-Hulk.
I don't know, guys. Honestly, it's a lot of... Oh, he quit. Oh, wait, no, he was a bot. He was a bot. Never mind. He was a bot. That's why. I was wondering why he was so easy. He's a warlord. Okay, okay. Dude.
Okay, dude?
You gonna... Okay. I don't mind. It's like...
Hey Raven, in Warmonger's execution called Obliteration, where she slams the blade down, the blade moves upwards to the ribs and guns. Take a look at it immediately.
Alright, anyway. Took care of that guy. Have I died yet? No, I haven't. I'm scared.
I can fix that.
Anyway, but yeah,
You captured Zone A.
the world basically had figured that out. It didn't become mainstream understanding until later. You got to recognize that a lot of the beliefs of the world being flat or stuff like that was popularized during paganistic beliefs or paganistic capturings of other peoples where they had a limited understanding of the world. But as the understanding grew more and more and more and different cultures began working within each other, common scientific knowledge began to grow. And then when when America was discovered, people were just like, oh, well, this proves it. And then people were like, didn't we always know? No, clearly we didn't. Oh, okay.
Really, like, the idea that Christopher Columbus was going to prove the world was round was, like, anti-Catholic propaganda established way after Columbus. I can't remember what specifically they were trying to mess, but it's, like, also, like, the idea, like, they were trying to, like, hammer in, like, the medieval period was, like, an era of, like, scientific, like, repression by the church, even though most scientific research at the time was conducted by the church.
I freaking hate eyes like that. It's just light, happy. That is the way of the Highlander. Light, light, heavy.
I think I suppose I prefer a light, light, heavy over a light, 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 light.
Yeah, that is true. I will take a light, light, heavy over a light, 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 light.
Hey, Raven.
But I think the thing that I hate about Highlander so much is his light is overpowered. It is not over a crushing counter opportunity, but it can also counter most guard break attempts or finisher attempts. It's really messed up. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Hey, Raven, what would you say is the most influential empire?
On what? Like,
Just in general.
Rome, I would say.
Correct.
Rome had a massive influence on...
Basically every Western nation. The term emperor we get from the Romans. Or, if you use the alternative term Kaiser, also from Rome. Our legal system is heavily based off of Rome. Rome has left a dramatic impact on the world at large.
Oh, so he can now light parry. Of course he can.
So, out of all the...
Enemy team is breaking.
Griffin, you wanted to help me there, maybe?
Someone's there. The enemy rallied.
Sorry about that. I don't know why Griffin just stood there.
Lord Hagrid, sorry about that.
Griffin could have helped, like, just saying.
Now you're the only one alive.
Nah, the others are coming back. I'm gonna go up to A, though, because I'm not fighting that Highlander again. He's apparently a god. So I'm gonna go up here. Hi.
You will never be enough.
What the heck did... Fire!
We need to give prior notice. Speaking of Black Friars. Pretty small Black Friars.
Ah, light parrier.
Put a hat on and call him Perry Flat.
Got him.
You capture Zone A.
That's how we get it done, boys.
Indeed. Rome took the credit for most inventions from other nations. They would also depends on the invention, but also
You captured
like
Zone
we're talking about the most influential empire. A lot of those inventions got big because of Rome itself. Not to mention, Rome was very big into adapting and innovating. They really like. They would a lot of times the reason the Roman military was so successful was because they would look at what worked for other nations and say, "Hey, they kicked our asses with that. We should try doing something similar like that." Like the famous manifold formation they stole from the Samnites. So
I won't deny that they probably borrowed or incorporated
listen,
a lot of
they
the other
borrowed
things.
their religion from the Greeks. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, let's face it. Like, it kind of takes what from Frieza said in the Team 4-Star Abridged thing. Have you ever heard of Namek? No? Good. That's what I expect people to say when I ask. Have you ever heard of Planet Vegeta? No? Funny, that's what I expect people to say when I ask them about Namek. It's the same thing. Like, when people say, oh, you think the Romans invented this? I thought that was the Mesopotamians. Have most people heard of them? No. That's exactly what I expected. Like, I expected them to say that, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, with the Romans, a lot of stuff they did take, but also things they were like, oh, we didn't steal it, we conquered it.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, it comes down to the reality that, and here, actually, there's another thing to ask here. Like, let's say that Rome conquers a nation, and so it becomes a Roman territory, and then someone invents something in that territory while Rome owns it. Is it Rome's or the territory's? It's an interesting dilemma.
I mean, in Rome, we also have like a proto-steam engine be developed, though they really didn't ever understand like what they could do with it. They're just like, well, this is kind of cool. What do we do with it?
And keep in mind that the Romans also, like, even though, like, you could argue the Greeks invented a lot of things. When Rome took over, the Greeks became part of Rome.
Speaking of stealing stuff, thoughts on Edison?
Oh, the Thomas Edison thing. All right, watch my Cartoon Network is peddling in racism video to hear me really talk about that. But here's my thoughts. Edison was a great inventor. He did a lot of cool things. Not just the light bulb, but other things as well. But the thing about Edison was that he was also an expert in patent law, which means that he was very good at getting the credit for what he made. So let's say that someone comes along and makes an idea. but they don't go anywhere with it. So Edison picks it up and runs with it and makes something. He will quickly take credit for it before the other guy can step up and go, hey, I started. Edison's response is, and I finished. That's kind of the way Edison operated. Now, can you say that his business practices were right or good? No, we could argue that they weren't. Would you say that he was honestly the best inventor who ever lived? No, I wouldn't say that either. But, I mean, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. He should not be given full credit for the invention of the light bulb. There were lots of other hands involved in that. But to say that it was completely in the hands of Nikola Tesla, or completely in the hands of Lewis Latimer, or completely in the hands... There were multiple hands involved in that process. To just say it was totally one person, nope. Disagree heavily.
Yeah, to add on to that, there's a great video by Knowledge Hub, who's associated with alternate history.
Wait, no, I didn't want to do a warmonger again. I was going to do Nobushi. Oh, well. No, I can pull out. As soon as the match starts, I'll just pull out and I'll go into another one.
Yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, there's a great video by Knowledge Hub that was like Thomas Edison was an inventor until he wasn't. Basically, goes as a brief biography of Thomas Edison's life. And he started out as an inventor and went through, but he really got into more of the business side, and that involved patenting and all sorts of other stuff, because what would happen a lot of times in the day is someone would start to come up with an idea and invent something or have an innovation on something, and somebody else would do it, tweak it slightly, and then patent it under their own name first.
Yep.
Like the famous invention, the cotton gin by Eli Whitney. He didn't make a lot of money off of it because somebody patented it before he could get to the office first. So Edison's trick isn't even unique to all that Edison. You could argue Edison stole the Edison trick. So thing is, he gets flack for it, and I guess rightfully so, but he's overly demonized in my opinion.
Agreed.
So still a very influential person, but could he have been, was he the most kosher dude in the world? Absolutely not. Was he as evil as a lot of people are making him out to be? No.
No, he was not.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, the color TV was invented by Mexico. Huh, how about that?
Who would have thought?
Let Hollywood know, because they believe Mexico only exists in the color yellow. Alright, let's see.
Alright, as soon as this animation plays, I can pull out and start a new match.
Hey Raven, you should do a reacts theories for the oversimplified channel and all videos to see your take on it.
React to who?
Oversimplified.
I like Oversimplified.
Yeah, we really like Oversimplified. I use him as videos in my classroom.
Oversimplified does a really good job most of the time. Like, I can't think of anything that he's been egregiously wrong on.
I mean, he's gotten a few minor things wrong, but I don't think he's been really wrong on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
Yeah, I just saw his, he released 2 videos today on the first Punic Wars. I really like those.
Like, I'll be honest, I don't have any problem with him. I think he's good at what he does. I like most of his work.
Maybe they want you to do it like, because a lot of them are talking about like what you were talking about with like Fabville and Rustage and Daddy Fat Snaps, and they're saying maybe they want you to do react video like sort of like that.
Oh, like positive reactionary videos, like where I respond to them in a positive light, right? That's what I mean?
Yeah, perhaps.
That could be a good idea, but I don't want it to just turn into... Here's the difference. If I do a response to a song, I could break down what I like about the song and say, wow, okay, this lyric right here really works because it plays off of this wordplay. That's something I could feasibly do. You know how to change my mind. Let's go shoot Goki. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I could talk about that from a stylistic perspective. But if I look at a historian's video, oversimplified, it would just be me going, yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's right. That's how it happened. What else would you want me to add? Like, when he's talking about the Punic Wars and he mentions that the Carthaginians did sacrifice babies, you want me to say, oh yes, and in this specific instance, they
yeeted that baby.
They yeeted that. Well, in fact, they took turns discus throwing that baby. 4 points. And now we're getting pulled off of YouTube for joking about dead babies. And so it begins.
Dead baby jokes. Classic.
Not quite as funny as mommy jokes.
Oh, those are old.
Those are great. Y'all never heard mommy jokes? Okay, here's a good one. Mommy, I don't want to play with Grandma. Shut up and keep digging.
Mommy, I keep running in circles. Shut up or I'll nail the other foot to the floor.
Yes.
Mommy, what's a vampire? Shut up and drink your soup before it clots. Here's an Epirus asks, hey Raven and Lark, I've heard that the late Western Roman Empire was basically the closest thing in history we have to 40k, a basically post-mortem empire trying to survive. How true would you say this is?
Not quite true. Because the Western Roman Empire, well, because the Western Roman Empire at the time of its collapse, you really couldn't argue it was a competent empire at the time of its collapse. It was really falling to...
After Majorian, it was curtains. Reissimer.
How did I win that?
I don't know, but Reissimer, you rat bastard. But there are definitely some similarities, but you can also find some similarities with other like dying empires like the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, heck, the Qing.
Oh, God, what hit me? What hit me? Am I under attack? I was kind of going to let this Orochi have at it and jump in only if I needed to.
I think a better comparison if we're using Rome would probably be Rome after the death of Aurelian, right before.
Ooh, light parry for the win.
With Diocletian, still suffering from the death of its restorer, but still trying to figure out how to put the pieces back together. But still functional to a degree at least. Hey Raven, why was Oda Nobunaga hated so much by other daimyo? Was it because he welcomed foreign ideas and retainers such as Yusuke and... Okay.
There were several reasons they didn't like Oda Nobunaga. Okay, so other daimyo had a very... well, for one thing, you're not entirely wrong. Oda did embrace some non-traditional ideas, like the use of firearms and being trained with them. But he was hated well before Yasuke became a thing, okay? He was called the Fool of Owari because they thought he was a fool. They thought he was they thought he was stupid.
He did well in his SATs.
Well, the thing is, he came from a minor family, but thought that he was hot shit, and they're all like, who's this guy talking hot shit? He don't know nothing.
Do they consider him a country bumpkin or something?
Kind of. They kind of just considered him like this idiot who talks higher than his station, essentially. Hold on. Gonna get you up, buddy. Gonna get you up, buddy. You're up. As I was saying, basically, you're acting higher than you should. This is not your station. You need to know your place. But he was a very vicious warrior.
You captured Zone B.
Remember, a good fighter uses their head.
Run away!
No, I'm out of here, Scoop. Well, he was using the old Caledonian tactic when fighting the Romans. To the hills! Let's see. I saw your T&D finishing video, and I made a suggestion to do a Warmonger and Zantu together for the ratings video because Zantu feels like a vanguard.
He does. He does, really. I really think that Sanhu should have been a vanguard and Tiandi should have been a hybrid or assassin.
Yeah, I think he feels more like a hybrid than anything else.
Was that Highlander? Yeah, that Highlander's died before, so okay. I was worried that we were fighting another Highlander god. For some reason, I'm horrible at Highlander, but everyone else is apparently god tier.
Because you don't eat enough haggis.
True.
The proper way to play Highlander is on a belly full of haggis and a handful of scotch. Or
Yeah,
they call it whiskey.
I won't deny that.
From what I read, the late Western Roman Emperor was correctly advanced to state the fact that feudalism had taken over, and after its fall, it actually got better for the average person. To a degree, yes, you're actually right. Because believe it or not, when the Germans took over Italy, they actually were not as bad as you might expect. What did I miss, Lark? Let's see. You missed a mini rant earlier. That was rather regular stream so far. You came in at a good time.
My devil.
You
Holy
captured
Russ
so
of the
me.
link. What is here with? Oh, I gotta see that. Is that me now? I gotta see that me. Hey Raven, how do you think Rome's history could have turned out if Caesar wasn't assassinated?
What the hell? Oh, Highlander threw his spears at me. Okay. Pick me up so I can kill him.
You raise me up.
So I can stand on mountains. You raise me up. No, I'm not going to do that. That would be a crime against humanity, and I will not be privy to that.
You captured Zone B.
Oh, I better go help out B. So this is what it is. The Kensei's decided to lighten dodge spam.
No. We're not paying you any attention.
What was even with that match? It was just. I'm waiting. I'm
No,
waiting.
I want to die to that guy. I don't want no.
That's my ultimate problem with being ganked. That's my ultimate problem with it. You literally are stuck. What do I mean by that? I can't get aggressive. The minute I attack, Highlander comes in and punishes me for it. And all Kensei has to do is dodge. But if I just stand there and wait, my revenge meter runs out and means that I can't even capitalize on revenge. So literally their goal to keep it from just being a staring contest is wasted. Ah, dang it. Oh well.
Anyway, the question was, how do you think Roman history would have changed if Caesar hadn't been assassinated?
Not very much, honestly. Because, don't get me wrong, Caesar was a major player, but he laid the groundwork for what was necessary. I don't think much would have changed.
Yeah, well, if Caesar wasn't assassinated, it would have been. It's like Augustus still would have been his heir, though he
Right.
would never have taken the name Augustus. But the only interesting thing is, like, Augustus rose to power after the assassination, after years of basically one consolidating his forces.
Aw, Shaolin's a little edgy. I'm gonna put money on that. He and Kensei will quit. That's gonna be my guess. Shaolin and Kensei will quit. Let's see if I'm right.
Do you think they're working for Slanesh?
Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Well, we will see.
I guess we'll see someday.
But it is not this day. This day we fight. Okay, let's see. Hey Raven, how far are you in the Halo Master Chief Collection? Have you played ODST yet?
Yes, I've played ODST. I liked it fine.
It was good. I enjoyed it. Hey, are you familiar with the game ActRaiser? I probably mispronounced that, but...
Oh, wow, okay. Kensei is still there. But, Shaolin quit. I called that one. Let's see if Kensei quits. I've got to play as an assassin this time. Okay.
That's nasty. But yeah, are you familiar with a game called ActRaiser?
Nope, I haven't heard of it.
I'm familiar with it.
Oh, okay, they all quit except for the Highlander who decided to load in.
Alright, Harry, what's your opinion on Let's Ask Shogo?
What's Let's... Oh, that guy. Is he that guy who's basically a Japanese tourism guy who
I think
sometimes
so.
makes those shorts? He's a friend of Gaijin Goombas. Am I thinking of the right guy?
I think that's him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, I don't have anything against him, but he's cringe in a lot of ways.
Brother, you have posted cringe.
And I suppose you want an explanation for why I would say that.
You know what? No, you don't get one.
You know what? Let's go shaman. I haven't gone shaman in a while. Let's go
Nibbles.
Nibbles. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So here's my thing about Let's Ask Shogo. He says a lot of things that are correct. No question. Most of his videos that I watch, I go, "Yep, that sounds accurate." And some of them, I'm even surprised. I'm like, "Really?" So then I do some extra research and I find out, "Oh, okay, that seems reasonable." But then sometimes I'll do some extra research and go, you left out context." Like, for example, he did a video where he said, "Why are Japanese people so cold and cold-hearted to everybody?" And he explained, he explained very well the basic mentality of the Japanese culture. The idea that standing out too much is not a good thing. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. They have this the Japanese overall mentality is that we need to work as a system. They feel like they're living on a boat, right? And if you don't pull your weight on the boat, if you're not working as part of the system, you could bring the boat down, and so they'd sooner get rid of you than help you. So standing out, being noticed in Japanese society is a bad thing. Therefore, very few people are going to go out of their way to help you in Japanese society or give to the poor in Japanese society. Because he was saying, why did Japan have the lowest rated charity work done during the COVID outbreak? And his reasoning was because no one wanted to stand out during the pandemic. Since we were in the middle of a crisis, everyone wanted to kind of stick to their guns. And my response to that is, yeah, but that's not what you said. You explained that this is why Japanese people are cold-hearted. That's not true. Yes, you're right. They might not have wanted to give charitably to people during the pandemic, but that's partially because they shut everything down. Japan takes even flu season more seriously than we do. You want to know the whole mask mandate thing we had in America? That's new. That's old news to Japan. They're regular for wearing masks and trying to prevent infection and disease on the daily. It's actually part of their culture to do that. So you're being a little disingenuous. And the other aspect of it is, not all Japanese people are cold-hearted. There are plenty of Japanese people who would go out of their way to help other people, including foreigners. And, I mean, for God's sakes, one of the most important things that a Japanese person can do in some cases is stand out. Like, want to know how, keep in mind, like, in terms of getting into the right high school. Yeah, getting into the right high school, you need to pass an entrance exam. And most high schools will only take the top grades, like the best ones. That's how they function. And so it is important to stand out then because you need the best grades to get into high school. So I would argue that that's not quite ingenuous. Hold on, let me deal with this guy and then I can tell you the rest of my thoughts on him.
You captured Zone A.
All I can imagine is a medieval medic hearing someone while screaming, "Your duty is not done, brother!"
How did I win that? How did I win that? I don't even know how I won that! But good fight, man. Good fight, good fight. I'll give you a good fight for that one. That was really good. Anyway, Nibbles gets the first kill. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Okay, so that's my first thing. He's not always genuine. He's not always fair in what he says. Like, yes, he's probably right that the Japanese didn't want to go out of their way to give charitably during the pandemic because they were afraid of the infection and were locked down considerably. But to say that this is why they're cold-hearted as a general rule, no, that's a vast overgeneralization. All right, let's go. I don't know how that worked, but it worked.
Gravity.
I don't know how that worked. Oh, God. Hey.
Over here, dude.
You're not going to bow? Okay. Okay, I thought he was going to fake that one out. I'll be honest. Ooh, good dodge. Appreciate that one. No.
You lost Zone A.
No.
Anyway, where was I? Okay, so another thing that he did, and this really got me mad. Okay, this was something that actually made me a little mad. Actually, let me set this up real quick. There we go. He did a video, a short actually, where he tried to say the sexy jutsu was real. And I was like, what? The sexy jutsu from Naruto? Where... Oh, hey. Bow, I guess? Alright, let's do it. I forgot about that hyper armor.
You captured Zone A.
Oh god! What the? Kensei, why? I thought we were gonna be honorable, man! What happened? I guess that went out the window.
It's Shogo. He's mad at you. Anyway, you were saying.
Okay, so he made this video where he said that the sexy jutsu was real, and I said, are you So ninja actually turned themselves into what? Okay, I gotta look this up. So I watched his video, and I was curious. I was waiting on him to explain. He didn't explain until the last bit, and it was a cheap cop-out. Nothing short of clickbait.
You lost Zone A.
Whoa, where'd he... Connection, I guess?
That has to be a connection, because he didn't quit because he was salty. He was in the middle of a fight. Not to mention his team was winning.
Okay. Ah, dang it. Mistimed it completely. Alright. So what he basically explained that all these jutsu that you see in Naruto have some basis in reality. Explaining that because the reality is ninjutsu was basically different ways of doing things. Like fire style jutsu was not necessarily breathing fire. It was using fire to escape or hide. Water jutsu was using water to escape or hide. Shadow jutsu was using your shadows to escape or hide. The idea was any jutsu, or fire style, wind style, whatever style, it was using that element or thing to hide yourself or escape danger. And so it was possible that they might use disguises to escape danger. Oh, good. Good guard break.
Oh, hey, Mal.
Nom nom!
He's got Mal.
Mal's here!
He said, like, I'm like an hour late, but I'm here.
Now, come, see my bunny rabbit. Oh, God, no.
You ruined the bunny rabbit, man.
I was gonna get an execution. Oh, and I love you for being respectful. Appreciate it. Oh, God, I'm gonna leave you alone now.
I could, no.
You ruined my execution and don't even let me fight you. I thought I knew you, Aramusha. I thought I knew you.
Oh, dang, that Centurion is taking no prisoners.
No! If I couldn't execute, neither do you.
Like a, oh, dog, come on.
Now my execution. Come on, woo! Gotcha! That's how we do. This is how we roll. No, I'm not gonna do that either. But so I was like, man, you are a major clickbaiter. It makes sense that Shogo is a friend of Gaijin Goomba because that was some real clickbait. The sexy jutsu was real. What? Really? No, they just might have they might have used women. Like women no jutsu might have been how they used women or sexy prostitutes to hide themselves. Cop out! I thought you were about to tell me the secret ninja art of actually changing form.
Or like disguising yourself so well. Or
Like
something like that.
To be fair, there are some Japanese men who I would not guess.
That's where the art of the trap comes. That's why, if you ever go...
And when I saw Haku in Naruto, no, legit, true story. We showed our cousin Sam, okay, I know we use name, okay, Sam. We showed our cousin Sam Haku from Naruto. If you don't know who he is, look him up. If you don't know who Haku is, look him up. But we showed him Haku, and he looked at... Keep in mind, he has no knowledge of Naruto. No knowledge of it. Like, he is totally oblivious to most of it. And then he looked and he said, oh, who's this chick? And I said, that's a guy. He's like, no, man. No, man. I know guys.
There's a lot of shows that'll do that to you. That's why, if you ever travel into any form of anime, always carry around the Admiral Akbar app, because he knows when shit's addressed. Thank you. Let's see. Hey, Raven, what if I want to make a Hellboy-themed Chaos Marine team? Do it.
Sent! What a glorious battle! We win. Nice. That was a good match, guys. Okay. Oh, yeah. Hold on. You two. Yeah, man. Yeah.
This is why I have trust issues looking at Haku.
You go up to that. You start to strip. I'm a dude. I'm not the best math student, but even I didn't calculate for this. I thought the weather forecasts were unreliable. Okay. One more Dominion match and we switch to Breach.
All right.
Oh man, that's awful. That is so awful. Whew. All right. No, one more round, guys. One more round, and then we go to Breach. I hope that Aramusha stayed. He was pretty cool. No, Aramusha! I just told you to stay. And now we're replaced with two commies. What am I supposed to do with two commies?
Bribe them with vodka.
Burn them.
You could technically do both.
Well, they're on my team, so I will stay their execution.
Dylan, me, a bisexual, I am beyond such a thing. It's just like, I'm sorry, but I'm a boy. It's just Dylan over here. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm not deterred in any way.
No, Dylan over here when she said I'm a boy. I failed to see how that's my problem.
That shout at me? I don't care. Looks female enough. Get in the bed.
Potato, get in the bed. Oh my gosh, that's a Chad move. That would actually be the Chad move. Most people...
That's a really Roman move, honestly.
Yeah, if a Roman has a thing for you, it's like, you know what, we can negotiate. And the Greeks, it's almost expected.
The Greeks, it's preferred.
And with the Japanese, it's Thursday. Lark's face. I wish y'all could see Lark's face. Just like, yeah.
I don't know, communists are actually pretty cool so long as they're not named Stalin, Lenin, Trotsky, Kim, or Mao.
Oh yeah, communists. Communists are real cool, especially in winter when they don't have any fire or food to keep them warm.
So, I would like to present you a traditional communist dish. It's empty. Soviet Union. Hey, I was just wondering, we're kind of starving over here. Could we maybe get some butter? Nope, gun production full swing, fellas.
And let's not forget that communism is probably the only political identity that I've ever heard of that strictly calls for people to give up everything for the motherland or give up everything for the communism, but not offer anything back. Not even security. What are we gonna do with these extra soldiers, sir? Strap them to a tank.
Well, remember, they're not allowed to have executions. There are executions, comrade.
Not gonna lie, I like these night looks. I want them to keep them. Keep these for the night vision.
They should have a headbutt attack.
They should. They should just charge head first.
Monarchy all the way. I mean, we're kind of in the United States, so that'd be kind of hard. Like, who would we have?
Well, to be fair, no.
But I have legit talked with people in the United States, like, America needs to become a monarchy, and it's like,
why?
I'm not going to argue the why with you. I want to know the how you would do that. Because it's not like there's an old family line we could realistically rely on. And I don't think anyone here would go, yeah, we can accept the British line. And the Holy Roman Empire is broken up, so we can't borrow one from them anymore.
Oh God. Leave me alone!
Dylan's right. For the Republic!
Oh, how'd I pull that one off by the skin of my teeth? That's how.
I'm not a I'm not a commie, but it's preferable to anarchism.
You know what we call that, boys? What just happened to me there? That's a gangbang on a poor little Chinese girl. Those three.
It's Nanking all over again.
Ah, well, none of them were Japanese.
Give it time.
Yeah. Wait, one of them just quit. Who quit? The lawbringer just quit. Did he hear us and go, oh no, I'm going to be arrested? It's a hate crime. I'm guilty of a hate crime.
I like your.
Isn't that going to be a sad day? Just question. Isn't that going to be a sad day when a hate crime is considered more egregious than actual, like, sexual assault or rape?
Blame Britain for that nonsense. Literally, like, there was a police department in Britain that was running around with a sign that said, like, being offensive is an offense. And it was like, I'm sorry, a guy just got stabbed in London. Shouldn't that be your bigger priority? And then also, there was literally a guy that posted a Facebook meme, and they arrested him. And I'm just going, is this really your biggest priority, Britain? Did he not have a license to post a meme? Was that it?
Ah, what the heck? Again, it's what I was talking about. If you get aggressive, the enemy just has free license to waste you.
You lost.
And again, I am playing the worst character in the entire frickin' game. I love Nuxia so much, but she is the worst character. She has nothing to help her. Absolutely nothing. Her trap attack is a joke. Most characters can avoid her guard break feints. She has no undodgeables, no unblockables, no hyper armor. She has nothing.
Zachary Johnson, I blame Britain for that nonsense. Teddy Roosevelt, probably. Actually, it'd probably be more accurate to put George Washington. Sounds like a British problem.
You captured
Actually,
Zone
Andrew
C.
Jackson would be more of a Britain.
What? I dodged! I freaking dodged! What? Never mind. Yeah, that's Shaolin. What the hell? Yeah, this is a sign I need to switch to freaking Breach. I want to do better with Nuxia. I know that she's not. I know that she's one of my favorites, but she's just so bad. Here's the thing. You can't play Nuxia in Breach or against the AI because the AI are so stupid they won't hold their guard up when you want to try to do your trap attack. So all you can do is just yeet your normal attacks. But if you play against actual players, they're so smart, they know, oh, he's going to throw a heavy, I know how to respond. Like, it's...
Or you're playing players like me that are so stupid they don't know what you're doing.
Oh, great, here he comes again.
I beat several Nuxias, actually, just because I was too stupid to fall for their trap. Bro, Shaolin is the equivalent of Kush and Kush in Rome too. I've seen several. I've had several.
God, my God! Ugh. I've died to him each time now. How many? Oh my God! I have no kills. What is wrong with me?
You're playing Nuxia?
Yeah. That's what's sad about it.
If you want my opinion on communism, speak with liberty crime. You're dang right, Jedi. Communism.
God, this is sad. I am sad now. Oh, they're taking C. I can move on then.
You captured Zone C.
Yeah, look at them ganking on Glad over there.
Man, I want to go into that direction.
There's this one For Honor YouTuber who mains Nuxia, and he's made the argument that For Honor only cares about Nuxia in terms of her being a fashion model for their new outfit. They're 100% right. I dodged that! What? There we go! Glad you decided to work this time! Oh, he light parries too! He also walks on water, believe it or not! What? Ugh.
You lost Zone A.
Raven communism. Well, no. Anthony, let me explain. We don't think communism is cool. I was reading comments.
Communism is not cool, I guarantee it.
Well, I will give communists this. They're the best there is at killing communists.
Yep, they do better than anyone else.
Yeah, we will do a live stream for that.
Do a live stream for what?
The season opening.
Yeah, I'll do a live stream for the season opening, for sure.
I actually encountered a Smurf Shaolin today. Huh. Well, how about that?
Got him!
Vengeance is... Oh, come on. Just let us have this, man. Freaking Chaos Marauder looking guy. Oh, don't worry. I'm not a part of the enclave. There you go. You just white buried death. That's why he's a roast again 3 days later. Interesting theology.
Come on, big guy. It's you and me. We both got minimal health.
Going into full turtle.
Oh!
No!
No! Okay, I'm picking you up. I'm picking you up.
Look what they did to my boy.
You lost.
Roll now! Roll! Roll!
Not done yet.
You lost Zone A.
Oh, you bastard! The bot is a light barrier. Damn it!
Zachary John says, Raven is good at For Honor, Warlord, and Korean Old Lord.
I was actually beating him. I was like, yes, I've got him. I got his number. Then he runs away. No!
He's breaking.
That's not how that was supposed to happen.
And then Glad made a glorious sacrifice.
Poor Glad.
Yo, there's a bot. The bot's name is literally Masterpiece. Nice.
Oh, you jerk!
How could you do this to me?
Your team.
Fine, do it.
I was kidding!
Is breaking.
How did you... See, more evidence that she's awful! Guys, Nuxia's the only character in the damn game whose literal deflection is blockable. Okay? Y'all cannot tell me that's not piss. You can... And someone told me once, no, they fixed it. No, is that not proof they did not fix it? Orochi's deflect, unblockable. Peacekeeper's deflect, unavoidable. Berserker's deflect guarantees a guard break. Shaolin's deflect, guaranteed heavy. Shinobi's deflect guarantees either a kick or a light. Guys, Nuxia's the only one who not only just does a light attack, but it's a light attack that's blockable. Her dodges are lights, which are so predictable and easy to parry, she begs for it. It's almost pointless to even try to do a dodge light with her. Her trap attacks are entirely predictable and avoidable. Want to know how you avoid them? I'll tell you the secret. Y'all ready for me to spill the beans on Nuxia's secret? Light attack. Light attack, because 9 times out of 10, if she swings a heavy and you do a light instead, she has no hyper armor, it's interruptible, so you can interrupt the attack. That means the heavy will not land, the guard break will not land, and the trap will not land. Nuxia is the most useless here. I love how people say, I'm mad at Pirate, they're OP. I'm mad at Magi, they're OP. I'm mad at Warmonger, they're OP. You wanna know who's weak as shit and needs some help? I just played her. I dare anyone in the comments. I dare you. I double dare you to change my mind.
Raven's just holding Nuxia's in his arms right outside of Ubisoft. Please. Save her. Save my girl.
Save my baby. Guys, I love Nuxia. She's so awesome. She's probably the most attractive character besides Peacekeeper. And fuck, I have to agree with that guy. They only made her to look cute in new outfits. That's it. She is useless as a character. And you want to know how I know that they know that? You want to know how I know this? She's one of the only characters who has not gotten an update because they have no idea what to do. I'll tell you one way to fix it. Hyper armor or undodgeables. That would help. That would help her.
But I have to read this from Jedi Knight because I think it's great. about our whole Jesus talk. Satan, no, you can't just respawn 3 days later. This is a permadeath game. Jesus, salvation go burn. That's pretty good, Jedi. I like that.
Jesus' response would be, "I'm sorry, who wrote the rules?" Like, that would be my response. All right, let's who to go? I'm getting over my rage. Since Hannah was watching, is Hannah still watching?
I don't know. I haven't heard from her in a while.
We'll find out later. I'm gonna go Magi this time.
Hey, Raven. Hey, Laura. How late am I? Well, Landon, you're 65 minutes late, but that's okay. We're still happy you're here.
You're late enough that you're catching the first of 2 breach matches.
Hey, Lark, please regale me about the incredible lore accuracy of Fallout: The Frontier. All I know is that you'd apparently never want to play as the Enclave because they're a fascist power fantasy.
While you answer that, I need a drink.
Listen, I have met a lot of people that hate the Enclave and people that love them to death. And honestly, as far as the Enclave goes, they're kind of meh for me. I think I'd have to go a full run through of Fallout 2 to truly appreciate them, because they really don't spend a great deal of time in 3 until you get to the DLC. So,
all right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
But I take your point, Pierce.
Whew, my ranting about news shit. Here's the thing. Look, I don't mind that I lost. That happens, but it pains me to see news shit so utterly useless.
In the arms
of an angel.
You too can save a new ship for just 5 cents a day. Thank you, Zachary Johnson.
Call now to help a news show in your area.
I know what your next video project is.
In the arms. The problem is I can't use that song. It'll get copyright stricken.
Not if we cover it.
I'm not singing that song.
I will sing it poorly for you.
In the arms of the angel, fly
away from her.
Save
in the arms of... No, I'm
please
stopping.
donate 5 cents to save new shit, or please, just enough to get this guy to stop singing.
You know what's sad? News show. When I saw her, she was automatically my favorite Wulin right from the off, because not because she's the only female from the start, but also because I love the weapon. The hook swords are a unique weapon. They're very cool, very authentically a Chinese thing, and I really, really wanted to see how they would play out. Like, let's face it, with the others, Tiandi has a Dao, which is kind of Chinese, but it looks a lot like a scimitar. In fact, when people saw the Dao in the leaked pictures, they thought it was a scimitar. So they were all like, "Oh, it's going to be an Arabian hero." So let's face it, not that unique. With the Guandao, it's just a bigger, heavier version of a Nodachi. Sorry, not a Nodachi, a Naginata. With Shaolin, it is a stick. Let's face it, it's a nice stick, but it is still a stick. With Nuxia, though, hook swords. Straight out of the Shaolin Temple, straight out of Kung Fu. Looked awesome. I was really excited to see how they used her. I like the trap attack mechanic. Everyone else bitched about her because they thought she was too strong. Now that everyone else has been freaking brought up into the ether, like making them all super powerful, everyone's so good now, she's just been left in the dirt. She has just been left to the wayside, and Ubisoft has not done anything to help her.
What is the future of gameplay or customization that you would like to see in For Honor? I would personally like to be able to use more than one material at once.
I'd like to use more than one material. That is a good thing. I'd also like the ability to remove helmets. Because,
looking at you, Val.
Like, for example, Valkyrie, Warden, some heroes I think would look good if you had the option to remove helmets. Like, I'd like to see their face. I know it's easier to not have to worry about face animations, but come on, you've given Peacekeeper a face, you've given Nobushi a face, you've given every new character you've released a face. Just go back and say, alright, Valkyrie, Warden, all you, we'll give you a face now.
Or Ubisoft, are you secretly stasis? Question mark?
Oh, by the way, how are y'all enjoying seeing Quinoa? Now that you know his story,
Oh,
yeah.
Lark, you've never heard about Fallout Frontier, the new Vegas? Oh, that's Frontier. It wasn't that like a crapshoot. Like it had big hype, but didn't like it was in development hell for so long, and like one of the guys that was a part of it, like there was a lot of crap that went on in the development that made absolute nonsense. Like there was like Mormon Brotherhoods of Steel that turned into a Night Order, and also like the NCR went into space. It was weird.
Who even knows?
I remember hearing about it, like people excited that it was coming out, and then I remember seeing like Remy Down Under talk about it, and I was like, holy crap, this was a mess.
It's kind of like when you hear Mahler talk about a movie you like. It's like, oh.
Yeah, also a lot of the Frontier was like kind of creepy fetish stuff.
Yeah, but then again, you could argue a lot of science fiction gets its start with creepy fetish stuff.
Yeah, I know, but it's just kind of like, I didn't sign up for this.
Can you really argue that zombie movies weren't all founded off of a desire for necrophilia?
Yeah, what? Hold on. This was never went to that mod. It never just. Yeah, I believe they actually took the mod off of the workshop page.
So no one's gonna come and try to, drop the coals. Am I just gonna
Sad
sit
crocodile. No,
Sad crocodile. Hey, my buddy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. My boy. Bop.
Fallout Frontier started good, but it was sci-fi real quick, and I'm not all about sci-fi. Well, Fallout's always had a degree of sci-fi to it.
I mean, let's face it, in Fallout 4, aliens land.
I mean, also, you have laser guns and power armor, so there's a little bit of a sci-fi element, too.
I still want to have a power armor mod where it looks like a space marine.
Oh, there is. I've used it. I was a Black Mentor for one run through. Oh, let me tell you, it was amazing. Running around with a bolter and blowing the heads off was just fantastic. Because I could still yell "die green skin" and it makes complete sense. But with
No, I must live. I must tell the story of the Crocagator. Yeah, boys! Boom! I won that fight by the skin of my own teeth.
Yes, you did. But with Fallout Frontier, that whole just like there's like post-apocalyptic sci-fi. It's like okay, so there was some power armor, some laser guns here, and then there's killing Nazis in space. There's two different degrees of sci-fi here.
Yep. How did we get to talking about Fallout? Just curious.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I said, why are we talking about Fallout all of a sudden?
There was a, I can actually put your... Oh, I know, because the communist meme, we brought up Liberty Prime. Hey Raven, which hero do you think has the most brutal execution thus far?
It's a good question. Pretty sure I've been asked it before, but I don't know if I
Maybe
ever...
perhaps the ones that you graded thus far.
Of the ones that I've graded? Probably either Warden or Raider. These boys got some brutal ones.
I would go Raider.
Yeah, an axe would honestly be really brutal. But if you're talking about in general, maybe Shugoki? Or no, Hitakiri. Hitakiri probably takes the win for that.
There's also that one, it's a universal one, but like when they shove like the Draconite crystal and they literally vaporize it. That's kind of like...
That's pretty brutal.
And then there's the one that sends you, of course, to Brazil, which, what could be a worse thing?
All of our Brazilian audience members.
They're like going, hey, okay, fair, but still, I know there are nice parts of Brazil, but they do have, there are certain parts of it. I think you can say that about any country. I mean, there's people looking at America, looking at Chicago, going, are you sure you want to talk? Purvis Daubeny!
Purvis Daubeny!
Hello there!
Hello there!
Purvis Daubeny! Jaguar, I'm not sure Raven would, but I might. We've talked about it a little bit. What is it? He was once enough to do it.
Let me think about it. Honestly, it's hard to even do For Honor live streams anymore, given my busy schedule.
Yep. Fun fact, there's spider rain in Brazil. Oh, and Australia, too.
I suppose, though, if I became a permanent sub at a school, I could adjust my schedule, because As a permanent sub, I'm only required to work 2 days a week, but I'd want to work more than that, obviously.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I need to see how much a permanent sub is, too. That's true. But I'm not here to talk shop.
I truly do not understand Medjai's weapon, but the motives of Crocodile Man are complex and beyond my primate brain. Stick go bonk is much a simpler concept.
Yes, stick go bonk is the simpler of the concepts, and sometimes simplest is the bestest.
Hey, don't reinvent the wheel now. You don't understand, Raven. It wasn't just paint, it was legit, practically pedophilic dialogue while exploiting a 16-year-old girl with her insecurity to make her your actual play. Are you sure that wasn't a Legion run-through? Please tell me that was a Legion run-through, because if any other run-through, that's going to be even worse than it already is, and it's already terrible. Ugh.
I'm coming to help you kill the Guardian! Do not kill! Do not kill! Okay, I'm here.
Crap. Raven, there's a bot in chat. They said they're from Wisconsin. That's not a real state.
We know it to be a lie!
And Wisconsin's just going, it ain't easy. Fun fact about rats, there are no rats in Alberta. Skaven people seething right now. Yeah, because Alberta, I don't know how Alberta got its act together. It's just like, there will be no rats here. We are done with that. We will have no rats.
They just said, rats, not in our territory.
It's like, hey, think of trying to set up a Ratatouille filming in Alberta? No. Under no circumstances. Not even animated.
Not even. Ratatouille would not make it in Alberta. Can I just say that? Can I just say that Ratatouille is a phenomenal Pixar movie, one of the last good ones?
Yep.
Don't even get me started on Turning Red.
I was still broken hearted when I found out the Ratatouille.
What are you two? There you go.
I was still broken hearted when I found out the Ratatouille from that dish was made out of pepperoni.
Oh, I thought it was.
There was like squash and eggplants and stuff. And I was like, no,
no,
make a pepperoni version.
Whoa, plague be upon me.
Raven, who would win the fight? Soviet Dr. Lively, if someone has an iFighting account. Shaggy, Air Senator Armstrong.
The winner of that fight, the American viewing public.
Personally, I'm going to go with Shaggy. I'm going to have to go with Shaggy.
Shaggy, because Shaggy's total Chadness outranks any nanomachine, son.
Actually, Shaggy fights Dr. Lively and pulls off the mask of Dr. Lively to reveal it's Senator Armstrong.
Yes!
There
He says, we're going to find out who the real Dr. Lively was all along. Senator Armstrong, and I wouldn't have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for these nanomachines, son. Oh, I'm sorry, Warlord. I promise I wasn't trying. I wasn't trying to hit you. I wasn't trying to hit you, brother.
I might have been, but still.
Okay, maybe a little. Maybe it was a little intentional.
We do not endorse team killing of any kind, unless it's fun.
Ah, I got them. I got him. Haha, yeah. I gotta love this Egyptian ancient warrior using a ballista, dipping into the Roman occupation a little. Hey, those Roman bastards used it on us. I might as well get something out of it.
I love Armstrong, even though his ideas are...
Ow!
Yeah, Armstrong is like one of those things where it's like, be the American that Japan thinks you are. Because, like, the whole idea is like, Japan, this is what you think we Americans are like? Well, are we wrong? Do not correct them. No one correct them. That is exactly what we're like.
Make them believe it to be true.
I remember I actually talked to a veteran that served in Afghanistan, then he went back under like a mercenary contract, and he could to train the Afghan police. And he talked to a translator, and they asked him like, "Why are they nervous around me?" It's like, they believe you're CIA. And he said, "You listen to me very carefully. Do not correct them." Who would win World War II? Adolf Hitler or Joseph Stalin?
I'm gonna go with Joseph Stunton because the drip cannot outweigh the stunt.
Well, the thing is, I actually did this with my class when we were doing World War II. I showed pictures of young Hitler versus young Stalin. All of them chose young Stalin.
Like I said, drip do not outweigh stunt.
Skaven, we do not endorse team killing. Skaven simply just aren't part of the team.
We do not endorse team killing. But to call Skaven part of the team is not entirely an accurate statement.
One of my favorite things I've ever heard out of a Skaven boss. Out of my way, I'm too important to die. I'm too important to die.
You know what? I love the fact that we at one point were near 60 viewers. Now we're at 36. I think our stupidity has finally forced people to flee.
The Skaven were upset we started talking smack.
Yeah, for sure. All right, last match of the night, guys. Last match of the night, and I'm the only one going in.
Some teams don't endorse team killing. Skaven, we don't endorse team.
Very true. All right, who to go? 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 Well, I did 2 Vikings. Did an Outlander. Done 2 Knights, I believe.
When my dad was overseas in the Marine Corps, the locals were horrified by him because there was a local belief that the Marines had to kill their mothers to become Marines.
Dude, it's kind of baller.
That's kind of metal. It's like, I don't want them to fear me, but at the same time, that is kind of metal.
Let's go Sam Hill. Actually, I go her way too much. Let's go PK. No, Sint. Let's go Sint.
Centura
Bear.
Any news on For Honor and Glory?
Working on it. I'm hoping... what I'm going to do is... this coming Monday, Labor Day, I'm going to release an update video, and I will tell you my plans for that. But right now, expect For Honor and Glory to be updated sometime next month. I want to get 2 or 3 chapters out next month, because I've been putting that off for a while. I really need to get back to it. There are so many projects I want to do. There's so many things that I want to do, but I've got so many. That's my biggest problem. Like, guys, want to know what my biggest problem is? I come up with so many ideas, and I'm so excited for all of them, but I kind of overwhelm myself, because, you know, I got, like, For Honor and Glory, the Troy and Frost series, Nomad's going to become a thing, too. Raven's Writing Room, now I've got the Warhammer discussion series. Got Heroes in History, and although that's on pause right now because there are no new heroes to talk about, that is still a thing. I've got different live streams that I'm planning. I've got Rainbow Six Cringe. I've got the Assassin's Creed Ranked series. Like,
Play that again, don't I?
yes, you do. We got to get it out eventually. I mean, you're the one.
I know.
Yes. So there's a lot of stuff that I want to do and want to talk about, but to do it means distraction from other projects. And then people get upset, like, when are you going to do this video? When are you going to do this again? And then I have to go, once I get time. Ah, I died, dang it. Well, it's because I didn't have a teammate backing me up. If I just had a friend.
That wasn't dead.
Who is speaking again? Who is in chat? You said, hey, somebody.
Oh, Aaron.
Aaron, okay, I thought it was Aaron, but I wasn't sure. What did he say?
Oh, he's just saying hey.
Oh, okay. Hey, Aaron. Last match of the night. Glad you could show up for the last one.
Shark Chaos asks, who will win, Raven versus the Russian Badger?
Oh, well, it depends on what. In For Honor, I might have a chance because I don't know if he's played it, and I think he's more accustomed to shooting-style games rather than this kind of game. I'll be real honest. But then again, he also did play Injustice, so I don't know.
He did, but that's a different beast altogether.
I mean, I might be able to take him in this, but in like a shooting game, like Rainbow Six Siege, no, he's got me. Like 100%. I am so bad at first-person shooters. He would totally destroy me. Like there is no contest. So For Honor, I might be able to take him. Every other game, he's got me. He's got me dead to rights. Or do you mean in hand-to-hand combat? I have been trained by martial artists and a military man,
and
he went to a Marine boot camp.
So
that could be an interesting discussion.
Also, he's like 6'8" or something. You're 6'4", so
well, the height difference doesn't matter so much.
But I think you also have like muscle mass. because we Corvids are stocky people.
We are broad-shouldered people.
Yep, but I honestly think he would win because he's got the demo dollars to just hire his own army.
He does. He definitely beats us in terms of cash. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I don't think we'd fight Russian. First of all, I'm a huge fan of Badger. I'd be too busy like just going, notice me, Badger senpai. Like, notice me. But like in terms of like, but honestly, he seems like such a nice guy, like such a genuinely friendly person. I'm like, if we would fight, I'd honestly want his tips in terms of content making and gaming in general.
I have plans.
Well then, even after getting the mocap food, we need the software in order to make it functional.
I think the software really let's see. Hey Lark, would you say the school you work at is good or bad?
That's a great question, Lark.
Depends on the day, honestly.
Okay, let's be in a general sense. Is it the worst school to be at?
No, it's not the worst. It could do with some improvements, but
I've worked at your school. I would say it's definitely better than the two I worked at.
Oh, without question. It's got its challenges, but
I'm sorry, Aramusha. Like the Roman in me couldn't deny the desire to destroy. Tell you what, I'll let you have those two.
Excuse me, sir, this is an free zone. I'll leave you with a warning, but if you say that again, I'm going to ask my fellow police officers after you.
Destroy him. Aramusha, I'm giving him to you.
Take him.
Aramusha, destroy him. Don't make me... There you go. Now I'll keep the minions off. There, see? See?
I'm pretty sure Badger would invite you to one of his vids, or better yet, make you a member of the casual gang.
I would love that so... No, you have no idea how much I would love to be invited to join Badger in anything. Even if it's a game I hate, I would gladly play something like what's a game I can't stand? Don't say Rainbow Six. I mean, I think it's terrible, but I still play it sometimes. What's a game that I absolutely can't stand that he could pick up? I don't know, like, whatever the game, like, genuinely, if he said, hey, Raven Knight, I've seen some of your vids, you seem like a cool guy, would love to have you in a match, or a collab, I'd be like, I would 100% say, yes, 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 and, like, it would be a done deal, I'd do it. I don't care if I lost every match, at least I'm playing with someone that I really admire. And he'd probably just think, if he ever saw this, like me saying this, he'd probably like, wow, what a weirdo.
It just loads his Glock. Well, gotta put another one down.
Oh, it's another one of these people.
Okay. Hey, Raven, would you rather live in Fallout or Skyrim?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna say Skyrim.
Yeah, that would be my choice too, because I wouldn't be living in a radiant wasteland, and I can learn magic.
Yeah, I could learn magic in Skyrim. And it also depends on my position. Like, am I just a normal person? Am I the hero of the story? Am I a dragonborn? Am I a vampire? Am I a werewolf? Like, am I a companion? Like, who am I? Who am I? That the light of all the earth. Oh, sorry. I couldn't resist.
Yes, indeed. Hey Raven, fun fact, your scent has the same colors as Rome's football team.
Hey, I didn't even know that. That's pretty awesome. I did not know that.
Sometimes the stars, they do a lie.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Actually, true story. When I first started playing Scent, I made his colors purple because I remembered that purple was the imperial color. But then, right, but keep in mind, I didn't know as much about Rome at the time. But then Lark pointed out purple was also the color of the Praetorian. And I'm like, oh wait, weren't they the traitors? And you're like, yep. Ah, I can't use this color now. I don't want to be a traitor to Rome.
Absolutely. I could be a cool lizard or something. I don't know. Yeah, Skyrim.
I'd be an Arthur.
I don't mind dying to dragons, but rad roaches? Nah.
Here's the thing. How do you want to go to the afterlife? How do you want St. Peter to meet you at the pearly gates? So, how did you die? Well, I was killed by a fire-breathing dragon who tried to eat me. Oh, it's pretty metal, man. That's pretty awesome. Tell me about it. Well, I pulled my sword, and then you go into that story. The other version. So, how'd you die? I was bitten by a giant scorpion. Are we talking like the size of a house? No, probably more like a cow. I guess that's okay. So how did you fight it? I wet myself while it pinched me and then stabbed me in the face with its stick. You know what? We don't need you here.
Or better yet, in fall, it's like you died from radiation poisoning because they couldn't drink from the Vault 13 canteen. So how'd you die? I drank some spicy water. I don't think heaven exists in Elder Scrolls. Oh, but it does! We see Sovngarde in Skyrim. It's called a fear. The broader. I'm less likely to die from a random monster attack than I am to starve to death in the irradiated wasteland. So Skyrim for me. Al's got a point.
It's very true. It's very true. Plus, you have a better opportunity for love in Skyrim.
Indeed. Not to mention, it's got say you're I'm not sure I can hack it as a wizard or you're a thief or whatever. You could just be a regular farmer, dude. Skyrim's a pretty chill place. Kind of idyllic, though. God, how did you die? Me, I tripped and fell. I slipped on some stairs, okay? Literally, I saw a anime where that was how a guy got isekai. He literally just slipped on some stairs.
I fell down some stairs. I fell down some stairs. Ow. Zerk, I don't like that kind of behavior.
Hey Raven, can you explain something to me because I'm confused? Why are Japanese girls so fascinated with tall people? Because all the Japanese exchanges surrounding me are because I'm overly tall.
Part of that's because many Japanese men are not that tall. You realize that most Asian people are shorter and petite than the average Western person.
Mongolians, of course, again, being the exception.
Yes, but my point being, no! There we go. So...
It's like, we're not all short tries to attack the
Roman. Kid say runs in, we're not all short. No! Back off, you're short. You have short man disease, accept it. No!
Have you been to Hokkaido? There's some taller ones there.
There are some, but I'm not saying that there are no tall Japanese people, but the point is, if you spend your whole life around people around your height, then all of a sudden you go to a country where you meet someone a good head over you, it's like, whoa. Like, when I dated my Japanese, Korean, and Chinese girlfriend, they were all way shorter than me, and they felt very protected because they were near me. Like, literally, I remember Duyon, we were walking in the park, and this lady's dog starts barking, and Duyon has a terrible fear of dogs, so she jumps at me, and I have to catch her, very Shaggy and Scooby-Doo style. And she was amazed that her feet were off the ground when I caught her. And I'm like, well, yeah, you're like half my height, dear. Like, actually, I think Rio was No, Leaf was definitely the shortest. She was definitely the shortest.
Oh, hey, Raven Alarm, what would your pirate crew be called in One Piece?
Ooh, I don't want to answer that. Because I don't want my own pirate crew. I want to be with the guys. I want to be with
the Straw Hat Pirates. Could you just be with them?
I would be with the Straw Hats, my boys.
I would have the Rad Pirates.
The Radical Pirates. You're the Radical crew.
No, because I would have a devil fruit. I would want a devil fruit that gives me radiation powers.
Yeah, but you could still call yourself the Radical crew.
I know, but still, rad.
I know, I got that, but the Radical crew.
Yes, I get that.
You are radical. You know what? Go to hell.
Speaking of which, there was a great post here that said, St. Peter be like, listen, you may have lived a pious life, full of virtue, but you died when you tripped on a table leg, so sorry, close his gates. I'm pretty sure Jesus didn't die due to a table.
Even Jesus like, nah, fam, even I got standards, okay? No, because think about it. If your friend if someone said, "Hey, is that your friend? The one who just literally slipped on a banana peel and fell down a flight of stairs," even you'd go, "I've never heard of him before in my life." And that's when Jesus goes, "I've never heard of him before." Jesus is going to pull it. I swear, I'm going to go to heaven. I'm going to go up to the pearly gates. And Jesus is going to go, "Yeah, I've never heard of him." And I go, and then he goes, "I'm just joshing you." Or am I? I do not. I pray. I know God has a sense of humor. I pray he doesn't pull that. I think I'll die a second time. No! Jesus, please.
I'm afraid when we get to the pearly gates, they're going to go, "All right, we have your, you know how how your computer would save your game chat and stuff? Yeah, we saved all of your conversations throughout life. We have a few questions for you." Oh,
yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, a man, I've told you. So your name is Monkey D. Luffy. What does the D stand for? D.
Yeah, what does it stand for?
D.
Yeah, what does it stand for?
D.
Yeah, what does it stand for?
D. It stands for D. D.
This party's getting crazy.
Yes, it is, sort of. In fact, it reminds me of a time I got me hat. If you get that reference, I am incredibly proud of you, and all of your dreams should come true.
Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. Together we will be... Yeah, Lark just hit me. This is the kind of insanity that goes on in our channel. Welcome if you're new. I doubt anyone watching now is new. I'm pretty sure if I had any new viewers right now, they've all quit.
They're just, well, this isn't new. This is different. Oh, but I love some of these. So how'd you die? I was an NCR veteran ranger, and I died fighting like Atlantis. Jesus. Go on, tell us more.
Go on, please explain yourself.
So how'd you die? I let my mom count to 3. Ooh!
Oh! Oh! Ew. Yeah, that. I could have warned you about that. That is a fatal decision.
Hey, Raven and Lark, how bad of an idea do you think it would be for England to bring back wolves?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a bad idea.
I mean, it depends on the area you drop them in.
I mean, let's face it, it's not like you're going to be able to hunt them with guns.
Well, in the backcountry, they're allowed certain guns, shotguns. But
again, it's not like you're going to be allowed to hunt them with guns.
It depends on the area. Maybe you could get away with parts of Scotland.
Lark, you need to consider for a moment the difference between an Englishman with a gun and an American hunter with a gun. Can you really say that's an equivalency?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm thinking more ecological in there.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I'm doing this shit that God can see my search history if he sees that I'm done. So, care to explain what you were doing on this day? You go up to the pearly gates and Chris Hansen pops up behind you. Have a seat over there. Oh, no.
No, please, God.
Oh, gosh, darn it. Oi, mate, you got any license for those wolves?
I'm afraid not. Well, I'm going to have to take that away. Wolf starts mauling the copper. You have a license to maul me? Wolf stops. Oh, shit, I know what's in my other coat. That's something this literally will not surprise me if this happens. Where a burglar breaks into a house, guy calls the cops show up to arrest him, and then the burglar says, "Hold on," pulls out a license to burgle. It's like, "Why, mate, he's got a license." Like, what? But he broke in. This is illegal. Not if you got your license. He's got his license. Like, how the? I swear that's gonna happen one day. I swear that's gonna happen.
Indeed.
All right. Well, that's a good place to start winding down. I think I just completed Breach Executioner. Oh, by the way, guys, if you didn't know, I finally got one of my heroes to rep 30. My Warden is now my first hero to reach rep 30. So that's pretty awesome. So now my lowest rep hero is Magi, who's at rep 8 right now. I'm still working with him. He'll get there. My highest rep hero is now rep 30, who is Warden. And as I go through some of these to edit them a little bit, you might be able to see that. But in the meantime, if there are any last questions or comments or concerns, yep, there's Warden right there. Oh, and by the way, before we go on to the questions, lots of people have asked me to make a male Warden. I have made one, okay? You will now meet the male Warden. This is my male Warden.
Funny, I thought he was wearing mail before.
Shut up, Lark. But this is my male Warden, so now you can all see that I do have a male Warden. He does have lore, but I want to get through some more characters before I talk about him, okay? So, we'll deal with him later, alright? But now you have seen my male Warden, alright?
God.
But I still prefer Ruth. Ruth is still my baby. That will not change. Anyway, on to the questions. What do we got?
Hey, Raven, any tips for Griffin?
My advice would be don't always go for the dodge heavies because they're pretty easy to predict and to block. What I would say is focus on getting in your light finisher, which is undodgeable because most characters won't anticipate that. And don't always go for the kick. What I would do is start the fight with a kick to make them think that that's your MO, and then go into your lights later so that it kind of messes with them. That would be my thing. I would also say on your second heavy, this is just what I found useful, when you do your first attack and you go into your second heavy, cancel into guard break. I find that for whatever reason, it just bamboozles everybody. So that would be my idea.
They're saying calling it the true Isengard Warden.
Well, I hope you like him. I hope, because people for some guys, I don't know what it is, but people seem to have a problem with the fact that I play a lot of female characters. Like, where if I have the option to make a character male or female, I usually make them female. I don't see the problem in that, but apparently you guys do. So I'm like, okay, fine. Here's your male Warden.
Actually, someone just commented like Ruth is still best Warden.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I find it very specific. Like, I'm of the opinion I want to make the character the way I want to make it. If someone else wants to make it their way, let them do that.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. I think part of it is there are 3 reasons I like to make female characters. Number 1, it's role play. It's basically just I don't want to be myself in this. I want to make a brand new character. Second reason, if I make a male character, I am overly tempted to make them exactly like me in appearance, and I feel like that destroys some of the creative process. In fact, I plan to do a whole video talking about self-insertion and story writing and why that can be very dangerous to your story. But that's part of it. And the third reason is just because I find it more fun. You know, a lot of games, I'm not calling a sexist argument here, but I find that a lot of games tend to feature mostly male-based or male typical characters. Just take For Honor. I think we have more male-locked characters than we do female. So whenever a female gender-locked hero is released, I don't care. I mean, it's let's you know what? Just for fun, let's do a count. Let's do a quick count. Let's go with all the male-locked characters: Lawbringer, Centurion, Griffin. That's 3. Highlander and Warlord. Okay. Shugoki, Aramusha. That's 7. And Kyoshin, that's 8. Zhongjun, 9. Shaolin, 10. So that's 10. And then Medjai, that's 11. All right, now let's go with the female gender locked. Pirate, Nuxia, that's 2. Nobushi, that's 3. Shaman and Valkyrie, that's 5. That's 5 right there. Peacekeeper, that's 6. Warmonger, that's 7. So we've got 11 gender-locked males, 7 gender-locked females. And people are like, why are we getting gender-locked females? Maybe because there is a disproportionate amount here. And before you say historical accuracy, when have they cared? Like, don't even start with that. But my point being, I just think it's more fun. I think there's more entertainment in trying it the other way. I don't see the issue, but I have gotten incessant comments, even on my new T&D video, win a male character. I am so sorry that the female characters offend you. Like, do we have unironic sexist in the chat? Like,
no. I think they're just like win Broly, that sort of thing. Oh, here's an interesting one. Hey, Raven Lark, what is your favorite boss in Sly Cooper 2?
Ooh, favorite boss in Sly Cooper 2. Well, it's not Dimitri, that's for sure.
But he's greasy sweet, dude.
Either Rajan or the Contessa. I loved the Contessa. She was just creepy enough for me. Her motivations were kind of basic, but I don't know. I kind of liked it. But I also liked Rajan because he had class. Okay, let's be honest. That guy had style. So anyway, yeah, that's my answer to that.
I kind of like Jean Bisson, honestly.
Okay, yeah, Jean Bisson is kind of cool, but I don't know. Just I felt bad for him more than I did anything.
It's actually interesting because someone was bringing up Mass Effect, and you were just like, you actually played a male for Mass Effect.
Yeah, I play a male in Mass Effect, but there's a reason for it. There are 2 reasons, actually. Reason number one why I play a male. Because there was an article going around that with Mass Effect being remade or whatever, they said, if you play a male Shepard, you're wrong. It is wrong to play the male Shepard. It is intended to be played as female. And to that I said, watch me. And so I play as a male. The second reason is because Tali best girl. Tali best girl. And if you're about to type I'm wrong, no, you're wrong. You are wrong. Tali best girl, hands down, end of discussion. And if you disagree, you are wrong. It is okay to be wrong. People are wrong sometimes, like you. You are wrong. Tali best girl. Sorry.
Dragon. While you were in mid-range, just goes Tali.
Yep, right there. Who said that? Who said that?
Phantom Dragon.
Phantom Dragon, up top, brother. I know you aren't actually there. Up top spiritually. Lark, give me an up top for him. No, harder. There you go. That's how it is.
Anthony Tali. They're all going Tali.
Tali. Yeah, Tali best girl, no question, hands down. That babe is you can't even see her face, but she's a beauty, okay? Like, her voice, her attitude, she's adorable. She is mother dripping adorable. Sorry, I went really quiet.
I think we were all basking in the truth there for a second.
The truth is special, you know. Good thing.
All right, Raven Luck, please have a good night.
Oh, good night, man. Hope you have a good one.
There was kind of a lot of open world female protagonists with bow or sword games. Horizon Zero Dawn, Nier Automata come to mind. Nier Automata is overrated, by the way.
Nier Automata. Hannah keeps wanting me to play that. I'm going to try to at some point, because I did promise her I would. I don't know enough about it to say anything. And as for, look, here's the thing. The only 3 games that I know of that really feature female-heavy characters would be, what was it? Hold on. They were Tomb Raider, Horizon Zero Dawn, and, I guess Nier Automata, but that wasn't the one I was thinking of. The third one will come to me. But my problem with Tomb Raider was actually good. I enjoyed the first Tomb Raider game. The second one was okay. Third one I never finished. And as for Horizon Zero Dawn, she was a Mary Sue from the Kickstart. So I really didn't care for it. I like to create my own female characters because, you know, I think that there's a lot of fun to be had in it.
Major corporations can't get it right. It's left to us.
Correct.
Oh, there's a question. Where was it? Hey, Raven and Lark, do you have a favorite Covenant species from the Halo games?
I mean, it's kind of... humans are always going to be our favorite, but I guess,
Favorite Covenant race?
Okay, favorite Covenant race. Let's face it, the elites are best.
They're honor code. Honestly, my second runner-up, though, the Engineers.
Okay, yeah, the Engineers are kind of cool.
I love that interaction you have with them in Halo ODST, and I feel so bad. After you find out about them, I feel so bad for killing them. Reading the books and reading about how the Engineers tried to make those chopper things to apologize to humanity for the first contact scuffle. You're just oh, they're so sweet.
Now we have to kill you.
The floaty boys.
Any other questions? Because we're nearing the end. I've only got one more character to edit. That's a good color.
Should I put my when writing a character of witnessing evil? Should I put my own feelings involved with it?
Okay, that's a great question. I'll answer it here, but know that I'm going to be bringing up stuff like this in my self-insert discussion. Here's the thing. No, you really shouldn't insert your own feelings. It's going to depend heavily on the context. Here's the thing. What kind of character are you writing? Are they you? Are they just you? If so, yeah, insert your own feelings. But if they're not you, if they're someone else, how do they define evil? How much is their limit in terms of response? And the response itself will matter. Will they respond with an over-the-top sign of rage, like, ah! Or will they go, that was pretty bad. For example, James Bond is a great example. He's a pretty righteous dude. He believes in doing the right thing. But when he's undercover, he can't blow his cover. And even if he doesn't like the evil in front of him, sometimes he will have to stand there and watch it. And then when they say, what do you think of that? Go, he deserved it. Sometimes James Bond have to be a little cold, but that's part of the cover. there's also the fact that there are some people who aren't going to care as much as others. Like, for example, you could have a protagonist who's been very desensitized to the world and just kind of goes like, why do I care? You know, like why should I care? Yep. And I think there's an honest to God discussion to be had there.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, Untamed Wolf is making a custom Black Friar with a backstory about being a bit of a hothead and quick to anger. Not a bad idea.
Okay, go for that. That's fine. That's fine.
Let's see. How should I make lore for a character and For Honor?
Any way you want.
Any way you want.
Try to keep it consistent into what the lore has already been created, but really the idea is you're meant to just create something that you want. This is sort of a self-insert situation, I've got to admit, but I try not to do that. I really do try to avoid doing a self-insert. That's part of the reason why I made Ruth a female when I was writing the story, because Ruth was the first character that I gave a story to, and I really wanted to avoid making it just me in knight armor, so I made it a girl so that it could be completely not me, and that really helped. I try to avoid just writing me. You know, I try to avoid just writing who I am, because I don't want to fall into that. But yeah, I mean, just write it the way you feel most fits what you're trying to go for. Consider the hero, consider what they're meant to do, and consider their motivations. Treat them as just another character. You know, that's what I would say.
It's like, Mouse says, for some reason, I always make my character the opposite of me. There's just something about having an evil main character or group that just draws me in with fantasy. I have a buddy in D&D that plays just like that.
Yeah, for sure. And I there's nothing wrong with making a evil character.
It can be a lot of fun.
It can be a lot of fun. There's a lot of interesting directions you can take a more evil or sinister character. For me, I always end up writing a more just character, because, you know, I mean, I guess part of it is me, but another part of it is I like to see triumph. I like to see characters who can overcome their own adversity or their own personal demons. So there is that. Sometimes I like a little twist, though.
Yep. Let's see. Alright. Hey, Raven and Lark, who would you marry in One Piece?
Who would we marry in One Piece? Really?
We would be married to our work. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna... okay, usually I would say it's tied between Boa Hancock and Nico Robin, because I like both of them. Nico Robin would definitely be the intellectual option because, you know, she's very intelligent, has a love for history and all that, but she's also on the run from the law all the time and has a problem with commitment, so I can't say that that would be the right choice. I'm going to say Boa Hancock, and I'll say why. Not only does she not have a problem with commitment, she is 100% devoted to the person that she loves. And I know it's Luffy, but if we're removing all, like, barriers here, also she be a queen, like, there is money behind that face, like, which wouldn't be the reason, but, you know, that's not bad. She's got her own island with tons of women, and as she made clear to Luffy, when she learned that Luffy had 2 women on his crew, she said she wouldn't mind, that she would change herself to be his number 1. I'm like, you know... But let's be honest, if this is the woman on that island who makes even all the other women get wet, I'm a-thinking probably the best option.
Let's see.
Plus, she's also supremely powerful, and yeah, so that's why.
Be careful, she could have you stoned, though, if you go wrong. I'm kidding.
True.
For me,
True, I'll grant you that.
For me, I'm going to pick since you kind of took the 2 big standard options I would normally go for. I'm going to pick a few lesser known ones. VV, possibly.
VV's a good choice.
VV's a good choice because not only do I become like a king, that would be pretty baller. The other option I just want to be low-key, Nojiko from Kokoyashi.
Hey, that's not
Relax
bad.
on a tangerine farm, simple, idyllic life. Just saying.
No, Nojiko's
However,
pretty
I want
cool.
to point out Swan's answer here. Zoro for me, and I'm not gay. All I'm saying, just like, Zoro's good, but the problem is, he'll be late for the wedding, because he'll get lost. I'm sorry, I have to let you know.
That is true.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
That is very true.
Raven and Robin sound like a dynamic duo.
Actually, it does.
Oh my gosh, it does. We're both birds. That is weird. But like I said, she has a problem with commitment. She apparently, other than the One Piece crew, she's abandoned every other working...
She's worked through that arc, though.
True. I don't know.
Raven, I'm making a story for Halo. It follows the same Healy elites. That is one of the first to join the USC military. However, he'll have to deal with hatred on a covenant base. Okay, so how to deal with, alright, so what's your thoughts on a Covenant, one of the first elites having to work with the US and SC military?
That could be an interesting story. Could definitely deal with some prejudice there and also some tight relationships. The thing to worry about, though, is don't make the elite a Mary Sue, because it would be very easy to wander into he's the oppressed minority in this group who shows how good he is to these people who don't like him. Make it that he has stuff to learn, and his willingness to learn endears the others to him at times. You know, like, you can be more creative than just, oh, look at how awesome this elite is compared to these Marines. Like, there's a reason the elites respect humanity. Show it.
Yes. Okay. Hey,
All right. I think we need to go down to 2 questions and then we're done.
All right, 2 things. Hey, Ravenlark, can you tell me what summer looks like? I've lived in Alaska for the past year and I miss the greenery of the swamps and the grass fields. Please tell me what it looks like. Well, you're the writer. You describe the scene.
Summer. Summer in the Southlands is a humid, noxious environment where every day you walk out of your house to feel the damp, clutching hold of nothing but musk. There's a stench in the air of rain, and yet water does not fill the sky. And yet, even as you smell the rain that is not there, you know that within hours more will come. The sun beats down on you like an angry, I lack the adjective or noun to describe it, but it will come. It's hot, muggy, and yet, at the same time, lush, green, except for all the plants that didn't get enough water and they died. That's what you'd see in the West! No, frankly, if you really want my honest take on it, like, if you want to remember what summer's like, think of heat. Think of sunshine every day. Think of torrential rain on the days that the sun isn't shining. Because here's the thing. You want to know why I named the stream Stormy Days Ahead? It has rained here every effing day. Even today I read the forecast. It wasn't supposed to rain today. It rained. Stormed, in fact. So it's like, I'm no longer going to check the radar. I'm just going to leave with my umbrella every day, even if it's like 102-degree weather. Like, just walk outside. Dude, why are you walking around with an umbrella? There's not a cloud in the sky. Wait an hour. Then suddenly an hour later, holy crap, where'd that come from? I frickin' told you. So, that's summer. Last question.
Okay, last question. Hey, Raven, any other tips on adjusting to American society since I'm living here now?
Where are you from? It's hard for me to give specific advice unless I know kind of where you're from.
Reminds me of North Carolina. I used to live we're in South Carolina, so not too far away.
Not too far.
But I think if I recall correctly, he said he was like moving around like he moved to the Midwest area.
Okay. Well, I need to know where you're from, not just where you are.
He mentioned it in another stream. I can't remember it though.
Well, if you answer, I'll answer. I'll give you a few moments.
In the meantime, hey Raven and Lark, who'd win, an elite or a predator? I'm going Predator.
I'm going to go Predator on that one. More creative ways to get the kill.
I live in Illinois. Chicago is in Illinois. Yeah, that is a different country altogether.
No, really.
Like, where were you from before you
like,
what
you're living in America now. What country were you from? That's the question.
Look, I live in Chicago. Swan, you're a dead man now. He lives in Chirac. But if you're moving to Chicago, don't insult their pizza. They take offense to that. That's kind of their thing. Indonesia. He's from
Indonesia. Okay, that helps. Okay, so here's the thing that I would say. You said that you're in the Midwest now. Okay.
Chicago. Apparently.
Chicago specifically. Chicago's not a good place to live, I'll be real honest. It's a crime-centered territory, so
there are nice parts of it.
There are nice parts, but it is famous for crime.
Back to the Great Depression.
So a couple things that I would say about Chicago, or living in America in general. And living in America, one of the things you have to remember is you have freedom. This is going to sound weird, but you do, and a lot of Americans take it for granted. Lots of Americans like to say, we're not the only country with freedoms. You're the only ones with freedoms like we have. You have freedoms that you would not believe. So the fact is, embrace those freedoms and enjoy them, but take everything you hear with a grain of salt. And what I mean by that is this. One of the biggest problems that America has, I can't speak for other countries, but one of the biggest problems we have is we are media obsessed. Everything has to be about the latest political discussion. Everything has to be about the latest celebrity. Everything has to be about the latest fashion or fad or meme or whatever. We are a country that desires constant media gratification, and I think it's driven us to a place that I'm not happy with. Do not obsess over such things. People may think less of you for not being up with the latest political trends or fashion or celebrities, but frankly, F them. Like, there are plenty of people out there who don't need that kind of obsession in their lives, and you're one of them. Focus every day on meeting new people, embracing the kind of people out there who will be willing to chat with you. You're going to hear from a lot of people, particularly in places like Chicago, that you, being from a foreign country, are an outsider, and therefore everyone hates you. I guarantee you, the majority of people in this country do not hate you. In fact, many of them are very happy you're here. We are happy you're here. We're happy to have foreigners here. I am so glad to have people from other countries and cultures and languages and peoples here in our country to share in our freedoms, to share in what we have. That's the American dream, essentially. So please don't fall under the delusion that, oh, you're hated here, that we don't like you here for whatever reason. I am glad you're here, and lots of people are. So don't listen to that rhetoric. And the other thing that I'd say is to best adjust to American life, well, for one thing, I don't know nearly as much about Indonesia, and I've only been in Chicago once, so I can't speak a great deal. But I would also say, since you're living in Chicago, find time to get out into the countryside. Find time to get out of the city and see the landscape of America.
Yeah, you're really close. Like, you are on the Great Lakes. Go and see the other parts of the Great Lakes, other than just the Chicago
right,
area.
like
it's a beautiful country.
You need to see. This country has so much natural beauty to see, and not even just natural, man-made beauty. Like, some of the cities around here are gorgeous. Some of the places you can go, some of the parks, some of the national wildlife. It really is a place you have to travel around a bit to see. Like, genuinely, where Lark and I live, it's close to the beach, which is nice. But I've always been a mountain boy. I love going to the mountains. I love hiking the mountains. The Blue Ridge Mountains that are our areas, we love them. Like the Appalachians, like stuff like that. It's
beautiful.
It's just a beautiful sight. So,
as someone who's toured across the country, I got the chance. I was blessed with the opportunity to do that in high school. We really do have one of the most beautiful countries on earth. I would argue probably the most, but of course I'm a little biased in that regard. But do take the time. Chicago has its charms, no doubt, even along with its dangers. But a lot of people make the mistake thinking like New York, LA, Chicago, that like that's all that America is. No. America has so much more to offer.
Right.
Just like Indonesia would, I would assume, have more to offer than just what's in its capital city.
Right. If you only think of America in terms of its major cities, you're missing a great deal more of America. So that would be what I would say to that. I hope you enjoy your time in America. I really do. We love newcomers. We love people from other cultures and countries. Definitely welcome them. Any last minute questions, or are we good?
I think we're good there.
All right. Well, guys, I want to say thank you all so much for watching this stream. A couple of things to say before we go. Yes, I will be doing a live stream of the For Honor reveal. That you said that was the 13th.
Yes, 13th.
So I will make room and time to do that. Look forward to that live stream. I hope a lot of you can join. I know some. What day is that? Is that Thursday?
Let me check. It's the 13th, so it's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday? Okay, I know a lot of people will probably be in school.
We'll have to double check the time just to be safe.
Well, I know a lot of people will be in school, but I'll still be doing it. Also, I'm working on some more stuff for the channel. The Warhammer content will not come out until next week, hopefully. I'll also be releasing my monthly update video on Monday, on Labor Day of this week, coming up in 2 days. No, sorry, 3 days. So look forward to that. I hope you guys have been enjoying my channel. You guys are the reason I'm at 25.1 thousand subscribers. But, there's one more thing I need to say. And please bear with me as I say this. Guys, I gotta say, I'm substitute teaching. I'm still working part-time at Longhorns. I work at my church as a technical support member. And I do this channel. Guys, it's a lot to balance. I have very little time anymore. That's why I don't stream on Thursdays anymore. I just don't have time. And it's not lucrative enough for me to make time. I need to be making more money, and as YouTube has proven with my last few videos, they're not afraid to restrict advertisement or restrict content revenue that I make. I need to be making money in order to continue doing this. I love making YouTube videos. I never started this for the money, and it's still not about the money for me. But if I want to have more time to do this, I do need to make sure that I'm making money either on the side or from the project itself. If not, I have to cut back. That's why Thursday night things are no longer a thing. So please, guys, if you could really throw $1 my way, that would really help me out. I do have a Patreon that you can go and support and be part of and be a patron. I don't put a lot on Patreon because I just don't think about it, or I do a lot of stuff off the fly, so I don't always put stuff on Patreon, so I'm sorry if there's not much of an incentive there, but it would really help me out if you just even donated $1, that would be really spectacular. And I also have a Teespring store where I sell some merchandise of Hannah and Jay's work. They're fantastic artists who do stuff for the channel. I'm trying to add new stuff to it. There'll be new stuff, including a video coming out about the Raven Lord's lore, about my OC's lore. You'll get to see some of that and also get to see his wife. We were talking about who we'd marry. Like, I made a wife for the Raven Lord. It's pretty awesome. Hannah's just finished that character, apparently. So lots of stuff there. Any donation would be much appreciated, guys. It helps me out, it keeps me going, and and if I start making some money from that, maybe, just maybe, I can start cutting back on some of the things I'm doing now and make more time for the channel. Because like I said, I have a lot of things I want to do, but I got to make sure I have the time and financial incentive to do it. Thank you guys for hearing this little spiel. I promise I'm not going to beg. It just would mean a lot. All right, so I think that's about it. I don't think I have anything else to say. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Love having you here. And as always, we will see you in our next video. Take care.
Have a good one, guys.